Hey, we're talking with Bloomsburg University head football coach Paul Darragh. Paul is in his first spring with the Huskies as the head man. Coach, talk to us about the spring and your first season managing both sides of the ball.
Well, it's been going well. I mean, obviously the spring's going to be a little bit different than what the season will bring as far as the transition. So, but right now I'm just letting the offensive staff take care of that side of the ball. They're certainly capable and have proven that. And I'm still involved with the defensive side as well as kicking game, and just making sure the practice is running smoothly. And that's what Coach Hale's job is to make sure he blew the whistle on time. So I've learned from him to do that. And so it's been pretty smooth so far, and I've kind of enjoyed, again, still keeping my hand in it to some degree, coaching, helping with the linebackers, and just making sure that special teams wise we're getting the work we need to get done this spring.
Now, from a team standpoint, what are you looking to get out of the spring? What is the major goals that you go into and you're trying to accomplish through the first, through your 15 practices or so?
Well, I mean, obviously we've done some both offense, defense, and kicking game, analyze the season and try to find a way to do things better, and that's part of that spring, is to try to get better on all three facets of the game. And so that's our goal. I think that would be anybody's goal, is to and also to find the pieces that we've lost through graduation, the pieces of the puzzle that we need to replace. And usually when you come out of spring, that you have a very good idea of what your depth chart looks like, knowing you will have maybe some changes in the camp, but also the influx of the freshman talent. But I think we want to define our depth chart. We want to get better in all three phases, and we've really done that so far this spring. We're excited about what we've seen on both sides of the ball.
Has anybody stood out, through the first couple of weeks of spring ball that kind of you didn't think of before?
Well, I think right now I wouldn't say anybody has stood out. I think as a group, the young linebackers that we've had, because we have had to replace 3 out of the 4 that played last year, and Justin Shirk being out, a lot of those guys are all getting a lot of snaps, and they've all shown bits and pieces of being able to play the game, and we're excited about that, and certainly we're going to have to solve those questions by the time we get to September 7th. And I think at the wide receiver position, not just one, but I think all the young guys are showing that they have the capability of playing in our system. So those are the two kind of positions that where we lost a lot through graduation, that we kind of have to define who those guys are going to be coming out of spring. But collectively as a group, they've both played well.
Now, as you get ready for the spring game on May 3rd, it's a Friday night. How's the format going to work for the game, and what's the what are you looking to get out of that?
Well, at that point, I will say this: that one of the negatives about spring is our injuries. And by the time you get to the spring game, you're just holding your breath and making sure that one last full go and full scrimmage, that you don't have any other injuries. But I think one of our goals is to be at that point, kind of have an idea who's who. But certainly it's good to get kids in a game-like situation too. Even though there won't be a huge crowd, it'll be kind of like a game-like situation. You get some young guys to see how they respond in that situation. So that's what hopefully we can get to there, being healthy. I think how we're going to format it will depend on where we are at each position depth-wise, because sometimes if you're thin, whether it's on the offensive line or the defensive line, you may not be able to have 2 full groups and 2 full teams. That will dictate how we run it, whether it's going to be a scrimmage-like situation or actually 2 teams. That'll be determined by hopefully how healthy we are. So we'll make that decision as we get closer to the spring game.
And of course, the following week, you've got a big weekend with the John Devlin golf outing. Want to certainly make an offer to folks to come out to that?
Yeah, that's always been a great event for us, and we are having a little, from a football staff standpoint, and the Devlin family are having a little get together for Coach Hale the night before at the links at Hemlock Creek. But the golf outing itself been at Rolling Pines on May 11th. And it has always been a great alumni function. Every year we get new guys coming back for the first time, and whether they're golfing or not golfing, we probably have 25 to 35 guys just to kind of spend the day with their teammates and former teammates. So it's really a great event to honor Coach Devlin, fundraising event for our program, but really more than anything, just getting the family back together, and it's enjoyable to see the alumni get together and see some old friends again and see how they respond to one another. That's a big part of it.
And fans and folks interested in them can visit devlingolf.com or buhuskies.com to get the information.
Good point, Tom. That's it.
All right, Coach, best of luck the rest of the spring.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.